Hello, hello. Welcome to today's live lesson here on the Speak English with Vanessa YouTube channel. Today we've got an exciting topic: sweets, dessert, chocolate, candy, any kind of sweet thing. We're going to talk about it. So I hope that you are ready. Maybe I hope you have something to eat so that you don't get too hungry. We're going to talk about an important idiom and some ways that you can use this in your conversations. If you're new here, welcome. We have live English lessons every Tuesday at 9 a.m. EST. That's the New York time zone. We have live lessons every Tuesday at 9 a.m. EST, so I hope that you can join me live. We already have quite a few friends here live with us now. We have Tafala in Sudan, Hiroyuki, hello, Saul in Argentina, Richard in Colombia. Excellent, thank you for joining me. Today we're going to have a lot of interaction, like usual for these live lessons, and that's one of the benefits of joining live. So make sure that you are ready to write a comment and to speak out loud. Feel free to repeat the sentences after I say them, exercise your pronunciation, and exercise your speaking skills. Why not? So if you're new, I'm Vanessa, and I teach English on this YouTube channel here, and I also teach English on my website, speakenglishwithvanessa.com. Today, our topic is about sweets and chocolate and having a sweet tooth. So we're going to be talking about this general idea because today is January 31st and tomorrow, February 1st, in my course, the Fearless Fluency Club, we're going to be having a new lesson set. At the beginning of every month, there's a new lesson set, and in February, our lesson set is going to be all about chocolate. I'm interviewing the owner of a local chocolate shop. We're going to go into the shop and order something from my husband who works there, and we're going to go into the factory. We're going to see how the chocolate is made. So the month of February in the Fearless Fluency Club is all about chocolate. So I thought we'd introduce this idea and talk about sweets together. So if you'd want to get this chocolate lesson set, learn about chocolate, learn about vocabulary and grammar, pronunciation, join our private Facebook group. There is a link in the description below this video for the Fearless Fluency Club, and I'll probably put a link up here as well so that you can join and check out a wonderful way to become fluent and learn about chocolate. Thanks, Estella, for being here. Edvan from Brazil, Yaya from Algeria, Ahmad from Jordan, Bushra from Turkey. Perfect. This is an international community. So I have a question for you. I'm going to be using my clipboard to write some expressions, but I have a question for you. Do you have a sweet tooth? Do you have a sweet tooth? And then we'll see what people say, and then I'm going to explain this expression a little bit, and we'll see. Does it mean that your tooth tastes sweet? Do you have a sweet tooth? This idiom we're talking about today, I want to see how many of you here have a sweet tooth. Well, Kamlesh says, what's a sweet tooth? Let's talk about it. Erman says it's the desire to eat many sweet foods, especially candy and pastries. Yes, you got it. This is someone who loves to eat sweet foods. It might be desserts. Desserts are cakes and cookies and ice cream, or it could be anything else sweet, like fruit or a sweet bread or anything that's sweet. So my first question is, do you have a sweet tooth? Do you like to eat sweet foods? And we often use this as an excuse. So I'm going to write here on my clipboard. Maxime says, oh yes, I have a sweet tooth. I love sweets. I always put sugar in my tea. Excellent. You certainly have a sweet tooth. So we might say, if someone asks you, would you like to eat ice cream? You might say, of course I want to eat ice cream. Why? I have a sweet tooth. So this is used kind of like an excuse, So for example, Erman likes baklava. Maybe if his friends say, oh, Erman, do you want to go eat some fresh baklava from the bakery down the street? And maybe Erman is studying, he's doing something else, he's kind of busy. He might say, of course, I want to eat baklava. I have a sweet tooth. I love baklava. I love sweet food, of course. So this means you are really excited about eating sweet foods. Julian says, of course, I want to eat candy. I have a sweet tooth. Oh, Estella says, my husband has a sweet tooth. So maybe he has more of a sweet tooth than you do. So let's take this expression and try to expand it a little bit, because I want to give you a couple other ways that we can use this type of idea to talk about sweet foods. So I'm going to use my orange marker here. We're going to talk about the word crave. Crave. So let's add, I have, and we could change this to my husband, my friend, anyone else. I have a sweet tooth, so I crave. Crave means I really want. I really want ice cream. I crave ice cream. Or I have a sweet tooth, so I crave cookies in the morning. When I wake up, all I can think about is cookies. What about for you? If you have a sweet tooth, what do you crave? What do you crave? We can use that expression, crave. This means I really want. You really want something a lot. It is a strong desire. Nabil, you're correct. That's a great definition. Strong desire. Erman has an interesting point. He says, I have a salt tooth. So can we change sweet tooth to say something different, like salt tooth or sour tooth? And really, this idiom is just sweet tooth. We don't really use it to say salt tooth or sour tooth or bitter tooth. But in this situation, if you're talking with a native speaker, you can be creative. You could say, I have a salt tooth, and maybe they'll understand that you're trying to make a joke about this expression, but typically we just say sweet tooth. So unless you're trying to make a clever language joke with a native speaker, I'd say let's stick with sweet tooth. What do you crave? Shibin says, I have a sweet tooth, so I crave chocolate milk. Oh, that's interesting. Last week I was craving chocolate milk too. And I went to the store and I bought some chocolate milk and it satisfied my craving. It was great. He says, my friend Yasir craves candy. He must have a sweet tooth. Beautiful sentence. He must have a sweet tooth. I guess he probably has a sweet tooth. Yashinta says, I crave chocolate cake. Oh, I've never tried this before. Siri Kanda says, I have a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth, so I crave sweet rose milk every day. Sweet rose milk. That sounds really interesting. I would love to try that. In the US, our milk is kind of boring. Just milk or chocolate milk. You can also try goat milk or maybe sheep's milk, but nothing exciting like sweet rose milk. Oh, that sounds exciting. Interesting. Giselle says, I have a sweet tooth, so I crave acai ice cream. Oh, this is interesting. Kind of a sour ice cream. I've never tried that before, but I know that berry is a little sour. Could be interesting. Maybe healthy. Maybe not. Gabriella says, I have a sweet tooth, so I crave apple pie. Apple pie. Oh, I hope you can satisfy your craving. Kyoke says, one of my friends has a sweet tooth because she always eats some cakes. Great way to change this. So she said, one of my friends has, making sure those go together, beautiful sentence. One of my friends has a sweet tooth, so she always craves some cakes. Lovely way. So you're taking my sentence and changing it to have a different subject, making sure that the verb goes with the subject. I love it. Keep it up. Julian says, I've never seen my boyfriend eat chocolate, so I think he doesn't have a sweet tooth. Oh, interesting point. Then maybe he doesn't have a sweet tooth because he's not excited about sweets. Well, for my husband, he works at a chocolate shop, the same chocolate shop that we're going to visit in February for the Fearless Fluency Club. And he definitely has a sweet tooth. He loves sweet food. And it's difficult because there's always free chocolate or pieces of cake that are a little bit broken or something that wasn't made correctly for the customer, so they can't give it to the customer and the employees can eat it for free. So it's feeding his craving. So it's really easy for him to satisfy his sweet tooth. It's easy for him to satisfy his sweet tooth. Very interesting. And maybe not too good for his teeth, not too good for the dentist, but that's what happens. Evandro asks, will we have a video? So yes, in the February lesson set for the Fearless Fluency Club, if you're part of the course, tomorrow is February 1st. So in the morning, my time, which is EST, I will send you the whole new lesson set, including the video where we visit the chocolate shop, we talk with the owner, we go to the factory. It's an exploration. You're going to explore a lot of places. So you're going to be able to see the video inside the chocolate shop. It's going to be awesome. Dora says, I have a sweet tooth because I'm always craving cakes. Cakes. Oh, that's a hard one. So I want to ask you, is there any kind of special sweet food in your country? Is there any specific sweet food that can help my sweet tooth? So for example, if you live in Argentina, I know in Argentina, dulce de leche is a great food that I would love to try in Argentina. So you might say, I'm from Argentina, and I'll write my sentence here. You can satisfy your sweet tooth by eating a nice kind of sweet food from your country. Assam has a great one. Sweet rice milk. Oh, I don't think I've had this before. So we could say, Vanessa, come visit my country because you can satisfy your sweet tooth by eating or maybe drinking sweet rice milk. Excellent. It's something special from your country. Gabriela says, in Brazil, we have something special. She says, Vanessa, come to Brazil. You can satisfy your sweet tooth by eating brigadeiro. I hope I said that correctly. I'm sure I'll like it. I like all sweet food. Vanessa, if you have a sweet tooth, I'd bring you a delicious dessert. Thank you. Thanks so much. Oh, lots of Brazilians are mentioning this great dessert. Brigadeiro. I would love to try it. Garrick asks, Vanessa, have you tried Black Forest cake? I think so, but it's been a long time. This is something that I don't have a memory of. Maybe I tried a little. I would love to try it. Is it a specialty in your country? I'd love to try this from the source, from the best place possible to try it. Musab says, I adore dried dates from Iraq. I love dates too, and I would love to have them fresh and dried from your country. Great idea. Vanessa, come to Iraq because you can satisfy your sweet tooth by eating dried dates. I would love it. Namek says, I live in Azerbaijan. You can satisfy your sweet tooth by eating baklava. Baklava. I would love to. Some places sell baklava in my city, but you know what? I feel like it's not traditional. It's probably nothing like the real baklava from Azerbaijan. I'd love to have it from the real place, from a local place. That would be excellent. Hiroyuki says, I think you can satisfy your sweet tooth by eating dango, which is round and coated with a sweet sauce around it. It's from Japan. Dango. I'll have to research that and look up maybe a picture. It sounds interesting. Round and coated with sweet sauce. Sounds great. Sweet sauce. Let's do it. Juan says you can satisfy your sweet tooth by eating gofio. Oh, is this a local dessert from your area? Sounds excellent. I also want to ask you, is there a similar expression in your country? A sweet tooth. A sweet tooth. Do you have a similar type of idiom that you might say in your native language instead of a sweet tooth in English? What would you say? Is there a translation of something that's similar, or is it a different concept in your language? Because people all around the world love sweet foods. A lot of people have a sweet tooth. So maybe you have a similar expression for people who love sweet foods. Roberto asks, does a sweet tooth mean it has a good taste? Well, if you have a sweet tooth, maybe other people don't have a sweet tooth, but it means that you love sweet food. Anything sweet, you love it. Maybe addicted to it, but you really love it. Odevaldo says, acai and coffee is my life. Oh, maybe this is a sweet combination. Great. Luis says, in Brazil, we have a sweet called, oh, I'm not sure how to say this. See? Paçoca, something like this, made of peanuts. Excellent. Wow, I would love this. Except, like Nabil says, we have to be careful of diabetes. Yes, so of course, in moderation. So if you say, I have a sweet tooth, maybe someone would tell you, okay, you can eat sweet food, but be careful. Eat it. It is sweet food. Eat it in moderation. Maybe that's what your mom says to you. Eat it in moderation. I'm going to write this Oh, I don't have much room here. Maybe I'll write it at the very bottom. This will be our word of warning. Eat it in moderation. Someone might tell you, eat it. It is a sweet food. Eat cakes in moderation. Eat chocolate in moderation. Not every day, not all day, nonstop. Even if you work at a chocolate shop and there's always availabilities for free chocolate, eat it in moderation. Your teeth will be happy, your body will be happier, your dentist will be happy. Eat it in moderation. In Algeria, we say a sweet talk. Interesting. So this is maybe a similar translation to a sweet tooth. Moderation means limited, not endless. Limited amount. So eat sweet food in moderation. Do it in moderation. Don't do it too much. But it tastes so good, doesn't it? It's so hard to stop. So before we finish today, let's say one of these sentences all together out loud, because it's great to listen to me speak, but I want you to have a chance to speak out loud, and feel free to go back in this lesson and repeat the sentences after me. Repeat what I've said. Try to imitate my pronunciation, imitate my voice and my lips and my tongue when I'm speaking, so that you can sound as natural as possible. So let's say one sentence together. Oh, let's say a simple sentence, a great one that uses sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth, so I crave desserts. I'm going to write this word here. Desserts are any kind of sweet food that's made, like a cake or ice cream. It's not really candy, but it's any kind of sweet food. Maybe sweet breads or ice cream or cakes or cookies or chocolate. So let's say this sentence all together. I'm going to say it slowly, and I want you to imitate my pronunciation. And maybe after this, you'll go try to find something sweet to eat in your house. Let's say, I have a sweet tooth. Make sure your tongue is making this TH, tooth. I have a sweet tooth, so I crave desserts. I have a sweet tooth, so I crave desserts. I have a sweet tooth, so I crave desserts. We can make a little pause in the middle, as you can see by this comma. I have a sweet tooth, so I crave desserts. I have a sweet tooth, so I crave desserts. Do you have a sweet tooth? Do you crave desserts? I have a sweet tooth, so I crave desserts. Luis has a good point. He says, people, don't forget to brush your teeth after this lesson. Good idea. I have a sweet tooth, so I crave desserts. Hiroyuki, thank you for repeating after me. You've got it. I have a sweet tooth, so I crave desserts. Let's change this a little bit to say he. He has a sweet tooth, so he craves desserts. He has a sweet tooth, so he craves desserts. He has a sweet tooth, so he craves desserts. He has a sweet tooth, so he craves desserts. This is a good way to learn different verb conjugations and verb agreement without really stressing too much. He craves, I crave. You can learn this in a full sentence. Sweet tooth. I hope that this expression is useful to you. You can use the idiom, I have a sweet tooth, You can use crave to mean a strong desire. A strong desire typically for food, but you could use this in other ways as well. And if you have any questions about this expression, I answered a couple of them that are already here previously in the lesson. So if you want to go back and watch the beginning of the lesson, feel free. I tried to answer some basic questions about this idiom, and we have practiced it a lot. So I hope it's in your mind and you don't forget it. It will stick and you'll be able to use this, maybe like an excuse. If someone asks you, Vanessa, why are you eating ice cream? It's midnight. I might say, oh, I have a sweet tooth. It's an excuse. It's not my fault. I have a sweet tooth. It made me do it. So you can use this in a lot of ways. Thank you so much for learning with me. And if you want to continue to learn about sweet food and chocolates and desserts, join us in the Fearless Fluency Club, especially today, because today is the last day of the lowest price. Today it's $27 per month, but tomorrow the price is increasing. On February 1st, 2017, the price is increasing to $35 per month. So if you join today before midnight EST, you have all day today, you will be able to keep this original price forever. It will be locked for you. You will not need to pay the higher price, but tomorrow the price will be increasing at midnight tonight, my time. So I hope that for you, you can continue to learn with me and also continue to learn for free here on YouTube and with the lower monthly price in our course. Each month we focus on a new topic. February is chocolate because of Valentine's Day. Why not? It's a good excuse because I have a sweet tooth. So I used it as an excuse to talk about chocolate. So I hope that for you, you'll enjoy learning about chocolate with me, also learning about a lot of vocabulary words. We're going to learn 15 to 20 new expressions in the course this month. We're going to be talking about a new grammar concept, hypothetical sentences. I'm going to help you use them naturally, and pronunciation. We're going to do some shadowing in the lesson set. So feel free to join me in the Fearless Fluency Club and our wonderful members in our private Facebook group. I hope you can join. The link is in the description below, or you can click up here. There will be a little note. You can click on it. And for you, continue to learn with me here on YouTube. It's a great place to connect and enjoy learning English. Thanks so much. Good luck with your sweet tooth. Don't forget to brush your teeth and eat sweets in moderation. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.